Good morning, everyone. If you can hear me, just type into the chat, say hello. And if you haven't done it yet, you want to go to bidbox.xyz. It's a little different if you were in the class yesterday. It's a different address. I've migrated it over to the new bidbox.xyz. So all you'll have to do is open up a browser and type in bidbox.xyz right in the address bar, and it'll take you to the screen you're looking at right now. And we're going to give people just a couple of minutes to kind of get connected and get ready for class. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. And the address you want to go to in your browser, I'm typing right into the chat right now. It's also in the comments. If you go to Bidbox, you'll be able to make all your decisions, all your defensive decisions with us today. And if you have any questions, just type them right into the chat and we'll answer them as they come. And we'll give it a minute or two more for everybody that's watching to get onto Bidbox, and then we will fire away. Apologies if the time looked weird. I accidentally set it to Pacific time, so it looked like it was starting at 2 p.m., but it is starting now. Christine, welcome to the first class. Ah, Philip, yeah, I can imagine it would be better for you. Welcome from the West Coast. This is definitely, I'm sorry to say, an East Coast biased teaching platform. However, I'm a late night person, so maybe we'll have like a 6 o'clock lesson at some point for the West Coasters. All right, guys, for those of you coming in, you're just going to go to bidbox.xyz. And when you go there, you'll be able to play right along with us. We're going to have some fun defensive choices to make today, and we'll talk a little bit about the common signals we're going to see at the bridge tables. Oh, more West Coasters, I see. Welcome, Allison from Seattle, Donna from Florida. I do have a lot of people I know that are in Florida, and I tell you, when it gets to be November, December, and beyond, Florida is a really nice spot. But I really dislike winter. And for all you guys that are just coming in, you're going to go to that site linked right in the chat, or you can just type it right into your browser. Type in bidbox.xyz, and you will get to the screen you're looking at. And I will advance the screen and start the class here. And you should see a hand relatively shortly. Hang on 1 second. Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm having one technical issue. I'll be right back. All right. The technical issue was I was really stupid. Okay, so we're going to talk about one thing in particular mainly, and it's the attitude signal. And you're looking at my screen here. The attitude signal is going to be used in a couple of very important spots. The first one is the one you're looking at on the screen here. When partner leads an honor, we want to tell them whether we like the suit they just led or whether we don't. And the way we're going to do that is we're just going to use our cards to talk to our partner. This is the most underutilized skill for the advancing bridge player because we're so kind of worried about what card we're going to play that we're not really watching or considering, how to talk to our partner with our cards. So in this spot, when partner leads an honor, we absolutely want to tell them if we like it or we don't, and we do so by playing a high card if we like it. So as you can see in this picture, the south player is playing the 10 of clubs on partner's ace. And the reason is because they have the queen, which is a very important card for partner to know about, right? When they lead the ace, they have the king behind it. So in this case, we certainly want to have the ability to tell our partner it's okay to continue this suit. So we want to play the 10 of clubs to tell them we like it. If we did not like it, we would play the lowest card we had in the suit. Right? So in this case, if we back up a little here and we have queen 10 7, we're always going to play the 10. But if we had 10 7 2, we would want to tell partner we don't like this suit, or at least we don't have anything helpful in this particular suit that they've led. I'm looking at a couple of the comments here. The link yesterday, yeah, the link yesterday did not end up working. So hopefully today it will work. That's one of the last things I'm testing, and it was going to send you probably directly to the first screen of the lesson. However, it is there was a glitch in that particular spot of the software, but today's I hope should come through and you should be getting all of these completely when we're done. I think that problem was fixed. So and sorry, Peter. Yeah, yes, exactly. There is a couple of different things on the YouTube screen. These are just the notes I want you to look at before we get into the problems on Bidbox. So bear with me. So we just want to talk about the attitude signal, and we want to take a look at a problem before we get into Bidbox. So here is the situation. Our partner has overcalled one heart, and the opponents have ended up in two clubs being played by the West. And we are sitting south, and partner leads the ace of hearts, and the dummy plays low. So here's every single spot you want to sit here and say, what can I tell my partner and why? And we should know that when partner leads the ace of hearts, especially when they've overcalled this suit, they have the king behind it. So it looks like our holding might not be very good. We don't have any good cards in hearts, but when partner continues the suit, we get to void our hand of the heart suit. And now we get, hopefully, the ability to trump some hearts in our hand. So this is your normal attitude signal when partner leads an honor. Tell them whether you like it or you don't. When the opponents are playing a long suit, we have another terrific opportunity to talk about what we have in our hand. And that is when we are discarding. Right? Usually, especially if they're playing in a suit contract, we are going to be pitching cards relatively soon, especially if we're short in their trump suit. So that first discard, especially when you're out of a suit and you're playing a different suit for the first time in the hand, is another great opportunity for an attitude signal. These are the spots where we get to tell our partner the most useful cards or information about our hand. So, knowing that now, let's jump over and answer this question. We are defending 3 no trump, and our partner has led a spade. And as you can see, we definitely don't have any spades in our hand. So this is that second signal, or that second time we use an attitude signal. When we are out of a suit, we get to show partner which of the suits we prefer or which of the suits we don't want led. So what would you play to this lead from partner? Partner led the 6 of spades. Dummy played the 4, and you're choosing what to play from the south hand. So take a moment, think about what you want to tell your partner, and make sure you tell a story that's going to get you guys to take as many tricks as possible. And remember, attitude signals. High card says I like it, meaning if I play a high card from a certain suit, I'm saying I like that suit. And a low card says I don't like it. So figure out what you want your partner to do. So this is a trick question to some degree because there are two correct answers. Unfortunately, it's not the most obvious one. So the two of clubs or the two of diamonds is your best choice on this hand. And it looks like the nine of hearts is. I totally understand all of you that decided to play the nine of hearts because that is a clear signal that you like hearts. What is the problem with the nine of hearts though? It's that we might be shortening our hand of another trick. As you can see, if partner leads a heart, we're going to take at least three heart tricks. But we may be able to take all four if the 10 is short or if the suit is just breaking evenly. So in this position, we don't want to waste a card that could be a trick. But there are other ways to talk to our partner. The 9 would clearly say we like hearts, but the 2 of clubs or the 2 of diamonds, both are correct here, would say, I don't like this suit. And now, if we get another opportunity to pitch, especially if another spade is led, we will discourage in the other suit. So now we've given partner two pieces of information, we hope. We don't like clubs and we don't like diamonds. So it will be more clear for partner to be leading a heart in this situation. So the nine of hearts, while it is clearly an attitude signal and it does convey the correct information, you do like hearts. It's too much of a risk that you are compressing a trick on this particular deal, right? Because you may be able to take all four hearts, and if you pitch the nine of hearts, you max out at three tricks, just the ace, the king, and the jack. So you want to signal with the cards that you can afford to get rid of, right? Don't ever pitch a card that's too good or maybe a trick or is very likely to be a trick. So be careful with that. And you can either encourage or discourage to get the correct information to partner. Sometimes it's one or the other. It could be a combination of both if you get the opportunity to get more than one signal. So let's take a look at what happens next here. So after you pitch away one of your small minor suit cards, the declarer actually leads a spade and gives you another opportunity. So on this example, we have thrown the two of diamonds to trick one, and now declarer has led the king of spades to your partner's ace, and we are choosing what to do now. So we've given partner half of the story. What's the other half here? We've already said, hey partner, I don't want you to lead a diamond. Yeah, and I'm not gonna give you guys too much time to do this. You guys are all getting it so right already. Yeah, it's definitely the two of clubs, right? We've already told partner, hey, I do not like diamonds, so now we want to tell partner, I do not like clubs. And think of what partner is dealing with at their side of the table. They can see that their opening lead was probably hitting Declare's suit, right? Because we were void and now Declare's playing that suit. And they also can count the points in the deck, so they should know we have something, right? And that's what we should all be doing, especially in these contracts where we kind of have a good idea of how many points are in east-west cards. So partner, if they're doing that, knows we have some reasonable holding in some suit, and we've already told them it's not clubs and it's not diamonds. So if partner doesn't lead a heart now, there's nothing we can do for them, right? We just have to tell them, hey, I kind of told you what to do, and hopefully they pay attention to our signals the next time. But if they are paying attention and they're counting the points, they know that a heart lead here is pretty much mandatory because we've told them we do not like either of the other suits. All right, let's take a look at the next one. So you are on opening lead versus three no trump. The auction started 1 no trump by the east, it was 3 no trump by the west, and it's your choice of leads here. Okay, yeah, it's just the normal fourth best lead, and this is an auction. No matter what your major suit holdings, unless you have a really good reason, you should usually be leading a major almost every time. Okay, so in this case, when it goes 1 no 3 no or 2 no 3 no, we want to lead a major, and this is clearly the best major to lead because we do have length and a pretty good holding in this suit. If you didn't have a clear cut major suit lead, you could certainly lead top of nothing or even small from like on or third sometimes in these auctions because it is kind of a spot where we know at least one player had no interest in the majors and we know one of the other players is balanced. So a major suit lead is really good. And now after we do that, we have three little pictures here. We led the three of spades. This is the upper left hand corner. And it went low. Our partner played the jack and the declarer won the king. And now Declare played the ace of clubs, and everybody followed low. We can see that it certainly looks like a suit they're going to want to set up, and they're getting right to that. And now they let a low club, and it's our choice what to play. We have the king and the nine. What card are we playing? Are we going to win this trick, or are we going to play low? So once again, this was the first trick in the upper left-hand corner. We led a spade, and it went low jack king. And now they played the ace of clubs and it went low, 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 and now they're leading a low club towards that length and dummy. So are we playing low or are we playing the king? All right, this is pretty good. We have a pretty decent mix. In fact, an exact even mix at this point of playing low or the king. And I want to talk a little bit about why playing low is going to be better usually. And it's because of what's going to happen next. If we win the king right now, are we going to know what to lead? Like, do are we going to know that this is clear to lead one of the red suits or lead another spade? And the answer is not necessarily right now, especially if the clubs are evenly distributed. Okay? If the clubs are evenly distributed, we're going to see another club get played from partner and we're not going to get any information. So we're playing low because we want an opportunity to find out what partner may have in their hand. And we should also know a lot about their range of points. We started with 7 points. The dummy had 9, so that's 16. And we know Declare had 15 to 17, so let's give them 16. That's 32 points. So partner has 8 points, right? Only one of them was in spades, and 0 of them are in clubs, right? So they definitely have something reasonable, and it's either in hearts or diamonds. So in this spot, we want to see what that is. And the nine of clubs is very safe because is there any way Declare is not going to continue playing clubs? Like almost, I mean, it's almost impossible that they can't continue playing clubs because they have so much length and so many extra tricks to take once the king is gone. So if we play low, we will get an opportunity to see another trick. And now on this club, we see that partner has played the two of diamonds. So after we ducked the club, they led the jack of clubs from dummy and partner played the two of diamonds. So what do we lead at this point? And again, guys, if you have any questions or if I'm going too fast, just type right into the chat and you will be able to talk right to us. And also for those of you that are on YouTube and you want to join us on Bidbox, you're just going to go to the site I just put in the chat. It's bidbox.xyz. You put that right into your browser and you will make all of the choices that we're making. Okay, most of you nailed this right here. It's the two of hearts. If you chose a heart and it wasn't the two, you get 75% of the credit because that's the clear message that partner was sending us, right? The key thing about this is we waited so that we could see partner show out of a suit, and we were rewarded by a very clear signal from partner. They do not like diamonds. Now, it might be tempting here to just lead a spade and set up our spade suit, but there's a couple problems with that. We may not have an entry back to our hand, and also the declare is likely going to be taking a whole bunch of tricks before I ever get in again. And the reason we know that is if partner did not like diamonds, which we can see here, we can also see that even if they have an honor, it's going to be able to be finessed because we have two small diamonds. So we know that declare has a lot of club tricks, the ace of spades, and some diamonds left to take. So if we hope to beat this, this is probably our last best spot for it. All right, so in this case, we want to lead a heart. The two of hearts is right because we're just leading low to tell partner, hey, I have something in this suit, right? I don't have just nothing. The queen of hearts would probably work out okay, especially if partner has the right holding there. And yeah, the three is kind of weird because if you play the three and then follow it with the two, it might confuse partner, right? Because it means you led the higher card first. So if they take two tricks, they might not realize what's going on in this hand. So just lead the lowest card you have, and you will get the correct number of tricks here. All right, next hand. Okay, I'm in the wrong spot here. Sorry. Okay, so we have seen the auction from the opponents start with one spade by the West. East has bid two diamonds. West has rebid their spades, and East just jumps to four spades. Partner leads the ace of hearts against this contract, and it's your choice. What do you do? Okay, you want to tell partner something good about your hand, and they've led the ace of hearts. The queen of hearts is a big card. The queen of hearts is the perfect card to have when partner has the ace and the king. So we want to tell partner that we do like this suit, usually. But what else do we have in our hand that we would prefer partner might lead? Take a look. If we're looking at the dummy, we can see that our diamonds are over all of the honors in the dummy. So usually the eight of hearts would be the automatic signal because we have the queen and that's what we're taught to do. But the two of hearts is correct on this particular deal because we have a much better lead for partner. If they lead a diamond, not only do we get to take at least one or two tricks, but we know how to get back to partner because they led the ace of hearts. So while the eight of hearts is almost always correct without any other information or anything else good, the diamond position makes it actually incorrect. So let's see what happens next if we play the two of hearts. When we play the two, partner figures out pretty easily which suit we probably want, and it's diamonds. So what card do we play here? Yeah, this was a gimme. You're just going to win the queen of diamonds. And now what do we lead? We've taken two tricks. Partner took the ace of hearts, and we took the queen of diamonds, and it's your lead. Okay, guys, the correct play is definitely the eight of hearts here. And it's because we have taken two tricks, and it looks like we might be able to take four total if we take the ace of diamonds and the queen of hearts. So those of you that are kind of playing the ace of diamonds or the queen of hearts are thinking about beating the contract, but you want to beat it as many tricks as you possibly can. And if we can get partner back on lead, we may be able to take not just the ace of diamonds, but the ace and the 10 of diamonds. And for those of you that played the queen of hearts, you're you might take that trick. However, you want partner on lead, right? If you lead the queen, partner's very unlikely. In fact, with the jack and the dummy, they're almost never going to be overtaking your queen. You don't want to give them that choice. Just lead a low heart so they can get back on lead. They just saw you win the queen of diamonds, right? So they know you're sitting there with the ace. So when they win their king of hearts, they'll be able to lead another diamond. And now instead of beating it maybe only one trick, you're getting it two tricks or more. And that can be the difference in match points, especially between a very good score and just an average score. So the signals that we talk about aren't always just straightforward, hey, what do you have in this suit? The signals are very frequently going to be used to get your partner to do something for you, or do something for both of you, really, to get the best defense on the hand. So be mindful of that. When you see a holding like this, look at the entire hand first and say, is there any other spot where we could have a source of tricks? Is there anything I'd like partner to do? And do I have more information than my partner? Can I direct the defense in the right way? Right? And here, if you do so, you're going to take more tricks. And if you cash the ace of diamonds, you're only getting one diamond trick. At, at that point, the king will take your 10, and that's over. And that's really bad, especially if you could have taken two diamond tricks and another heart. Okay, so after we win the ace of diamonds, we led a heart to our partner, they won the king, and they now led the three of diamonds, and we won the ace. What do we do now? Yeah, we're gonna play the 10 of diamonds here, right? We could play the queen of hearts and hope that that cashes, but here the 10 of diamonds is more likely to hold. And even though at this point pretty much anything could be right, because it looks like they probably will not be able to get rid of any of their losers on this hand, but we want to take the one that's most likely to be cashing, and at this point that would just be the 10 of diamonds, right? And if it's not cashing, oh well, we'll still likely be able to create a heart trick at some point later. Okay, we are now in four spades again. We went one spade, three spades, four spades. And partner led the ace of diamonds. And we see the dummy to our right. What card are we playing here? Okay, this might look weird to some of you, and considering the answers maybe the majority here, but the correct play is the Jack of Diamonds. All right, but let me show you why that is. When when we are giving an attitude signal, we're giving it because we want to let partner know, hey, I either like or don't like the suit that you just led. And when we go to this problem, do we need to tell partner that information? Right? Do we need to tell partner whether we like diamonds or not? And the answer is no, because dummy has a singleton diamond and is going to be trumping diamonds from now on. So us saying we like or don't like the suit is not helpful for partner because we can both see that declare is going to be roughing diamonds. And the same is true of this slide that we're looking at here. In this slide, they are playing four hearts and partners leading the ace of spades. So this situation is different than your normal attitude signal. The attitude signal is totally unnecessary. So we give what's called a suit preference signal. All right, a suit preference signal is going to tell partner not whether we like the suit that's being led or not, but which other suits we prefer on this particular deal. So in this case, the slide we're seeing when partner leads the ace of spades, we can see that trumps are hearts and we are missing the other two suits are diamonds and clubs. So we want to tell partner which of those two suits we prefer. And the way we do that is the higher card shows that we like the higher ranking of the two suits. So on the slide you're looking at now, the 10 of spades would say, hey, I like diamonds, which is pretty clear that we like diamonds with the ace king here. However, if we did like clubs, we would play the lower ranking card. So the 10 of spades would say, hey, I like the higher ranking suit, which is diamonds. And the 2 of spades would say, hey, I like the lower ranking suit, which is clubs. Now let's flash back to our hand. On this deal, we can see that the two suits that remain, we exclude the diamond suit, and we definitely don't talk about the trump suit. The two suits that remain are hearts and clubs. And we want to give the clearest signal to partner that we want a heartlet, right? And you can see that if partner doesn't have much left outside of diamonds, they're not going to know which of those suits to lead. They're exactly the same in dummy. Queen Jack 10-9, Queen Jack 10-9. So we want to make sure we tell partner that hearts is our preference. And you can see that the holding we have in diamonds is a holding that's not going to be able to send a good signal if we play one of those spot cards, right? We could play the 4, the 3, or the 2, but partner's going to not know whether those are high or low because they're all relatively low cards. So we want to give the clearest signal possible. We play the Jack of Diamonds, saying, partner, you better lead a heart next. And that is what the suit preference signal is going to look like. Remember, if we both know that the suit being led, in this case diamonds, is not going to be led again, that's when suit preference comes in. The biggest mistake people make with suit preference is they try to use it on every deal or every situation. It's rarely going to come up, to be honest, but when it does, it's very, very helpful. And it is only going to come up when both of us know that the suit that's being led at this moment is not going to be led again for one reason or the other. Okay. So now the opponents have found their way to two spades, and partner has led the ace of diamonds. What card are we playing here? And if you have any questions, guys, don't forget you can use that chat box right on YouTube. You can ask any question if you're confused about anything. All right. Yes, the correct play here is the 10 of diamonds. We're playing in a suit contract. So while it looks like we have terrible diamonds, we actually have awesome diamonds because partner with the ace and the king, which is the only reason they lead the ace, will be able to void us of diamonds. So we want to encourage partner to continue, and hopefully we'll be able to trump the third round of diamonds and take some extra tricks that way. So in this case, we definitely want to say we like it, and the reason we like it is it's going to be short, right? We only have two of them, and we're going to be able to get some roughs on this hand. So we want to encourage this behavior for sure. So now partner is playing the queen of diamonds. What do we play from our hand? They've played the king, we've been voided, and now they're going to play the queen of diamonds. We want to play a card from our hand. And you're looking at the whole deal. You can see what's going to happen, but what card would we play from our hand when partner plays the queen? They've won the king and voided us, and now they're playing the queen. It's your play. So this is a spot we definitely didn't want to rough it. If you rough partners good tricks, they're rarely too happy with you. You're going to play the eight of clubs. This is your second attitude signal of the deal. You encouraged in diamonds and you got exactly what you wanted. Partner just happened to have the third trick. So you don't need to trump this at all. You do want to tell partner which of the other suits you might have good cards in now as well. So you play the eight of clubs. And there's another really awesome thing that's going to happen by playing this eight of clubs. You're going to tell partner you like clubs, but even better, you're shortening yourself in the club suit. So the two of hearts, which five of you chose, is a correct signal. It definitely says you do not like hearts. So it's a very clear signal. However, it's not quite as clear as the eight of clubs, and it also doesn't shorten your suit enough to be able to maybe get a rough in that suit. That's why the eight of clubs is so much better. So I'm not saying the two of hearts is wrong. It's not. It definitely says I do not like hearts. So from a signaling standpoint, you're sending the right information. The eight of clubs just is far superior because it also shortens your holding in the club suit. And you're about to see why that's important. Or actually, you are not about to see where that's important. That slide is gone. I'm sorry, guys. But in that case, if we go back to that deal, or if you go back afterwards when you see it on the replay, you can see that partner's going to lead a club. We're going to win our ace. They're going to win their king, and we're going to get to trump a club on that hand. So there, you absolutely want to take the best signal possible. While there might be two very good ones that say kind of the same thing, sometimes one is much better than the other. So, the next deal, partner has led the ace of diamonds. What card are you playing from your hand after the dummy follows low? And once again, if you're just joining us on YouTube, you can head to the address that I'm putting right in the chat. It's bidbox.xyz. If you put that right into your address bar, you'll be able to play these cards right along with us as we go. So bidbox.xyz to join in on the card play. So this is another one of those tricky ones. We are going to play the four of diamonds, and just from a look in a vacuum, right? If I just gave you the diamond suit, you would play the eight of diamonds because it's clear that you want to tell partner that if they certainly do have the ace and the king, you're going to take the third diamond trick. But this is another spot where we know more than partner does. So we should know partner has the ace and king of diamonds, but we also know that we need a heart lead. We really want partner to lead a heart because we are sitting over the dummy, and if they get the lead more than once, we can take more than one heart trick. Right? So in this case, when we look just at diamonds, the eight seems like it's absolutely right. But when we look at the entire hand, we can kind of see what we want partner to do for us. So we want to discourage diamonds so that they do not continue. And if you're looking at dummy, it should be pretty clear what suit to lead. If we don't like diamonds, it should be clear for partner to lead hearts. And now we gain more here because we're leaving the king of diamonds in our partner's hand. So when we discourage in diamonds, we get them to lead a heart, and then we can return to them in diamonds so that they can lead another heart. And that's half of defense, guys, and definitely part of signaling is if you have better information or if you can see where you can take more tricks in it through a different line of defense, then you should absolutely try to get those tricks as quickly as possible and lead partner down that path by your signals. All right, so in this auction, north and south, we're sitting east-west here. Don't forget about that. They've bid to four spades basically, and partners led the king of hearts, and it's your choice what to do with this hand. So partner led the king of hearts, and once again we're defending against four spades. Partner led the king of hearts. What are we playing? So we want the most amount of tricks in this situation. Partner leads the king of hearts, and the dummy plays a low card. We want to play the ace of hearts. If we play a low heart, we're probably going to get two heart tricks because no matter what partner leads next, and if it's the heart suit, they're going to lead a heart, and we're going to have to take our ace. What we want is the potential to get three tricks rather than just two. And the only way we're going to do that is by taking the ace. And think about partner's lead. When they lead the king, they have to have the queen behind it. They're not going to be leading the king, especially considering that North bid hearts, right? Our left-hand opponent bid hearts on this hand. We're just going to we're going to always place the queen of hearts in partner's hand, which means we can win the ace, and then we can lead a low heart to their queen. And they're going to ask themselves, why the heck did our partner win their ace when I could have won my king? And the answer is they only had two. So they get to clear out the ace of hearts and then lead a low heart to partner's queen. And now partner can return that third heart. And boom, we get a heart ruff in our hand. Now we've taken the first three tricks and we need one more to beat the contract. So this is a pretty common play with ace small in a suit contract or even in no trump. It's unblocking, right? We want to get out of the way of the cards that partner has in their hand. Right, so the ace of hearts just clears this and makes it much easier for partner to be able to take the tricks they have in this suit. And when we're playing in a suit contract, it's perfect because we get to not only show partner this shortness, we get to get a ruff afterwards. All right, so partner now plays the Queen of Hearts. What am I looking at here? I'm sorry. I need to change this. I apologize, guys. I had a couple of bad slides in here. I'm sorry. Okay, so we are defending four spades, and we are the opening leader. And we've led the ace of diamonds. Dummy tabled a singleton diamond, and they're playing it to this trick. They played the queen of diamonds, and partner has played the jack. So once again, the opponents are playing in spades. We've led the ace of diamonds. Dummy played their singleton queen, and our partner played the jack. What do we play from our hand? And once again, guys, if you're on YouTube, bidbox.xyz to play along with us. Ooh, this is a good one. We have about 9 different answers so far. All right, we have to recognize what partner is trying to tell us. Is this an attitude signal? If it is, we want to return a diamond, but it can't be because both of us can see that the dummy is going to be trumping diamonds from now on. So we both can see that diamonds has no future. So this is not an attitude signal, and we both know it, right? If one of us knew it and the other one didn't, it would be an attitude signal. But here we both clearly know that diamonds has no future. So this has to be something else. And in fact, it's that suit preference signal. So the correct play is any heart you want to play. The eight of hearts is probably the most correct, but any heart you play is good because that's exactly what partner has asked for. The Jack of Diamonds says this is not an attitude signal, and I prefer the higher ranking suit that's left. So we're in spades, that's the contract. So we exclude the trump suit. We definitely exclude the diamond suit because we know there's no future there. The only two that are left are hearts and clubs. And partner just said, I want the higher of those suits led. So any heart you lead is perfectly fine because that's exactly what partner's saying. I want you to lead a heart. I have something to do in that suit. I probably have a trick or two. And this might be the difference between getting those two tricks now and not getting them at all. So we comply with our partner and we lead a heart in this situation. Okay, we are on lead to 4 hearts. And the auction had our partner in there a couple of times. The left hand opponent opened 1 diamond. Our partner overcalled a spade. Our right hand opponent bid 2 hearts. West raised to 3. And our partner bid 3 spades. But they ended up in 4 hearts. So it's our choice what to lead. We're defending against 4 hearts. And this is our hand. Not very good, but looks like our partner has some good stuff. So Patricia, I see your message here. You have no audio. Just check, and let me just move this over here. If you check the actual screen here, you can see there's a speaker, and it says mute or unmute. You might have that on mute, or you might just have the volume turned all the way down. If you turn it up or take it off mute, you should be able to hear us okay. All right, so this one is is kind of a gimme. We're going to lead partners suit for sure. They bid it twice. And we have a doubleton, so we want to lead high low, right? When you have only two in a suit and you're on lead, you just lead the highest card you have and then you follow it with the lowest card, and that will just signify to partner that you started with two in this case. And now we can see that after we played the nine of spades, partner took the first trick, and then they took the second trick and led the third spade. All right, so they took the ace and king of spades, and now they're leading a third spade, which our right hand opponent has ruffed, and we have over ruffed. We played the queen of hearts, so we're going to win this trick. What do we return to partner? So once again, they won the ace and king of spades, and now they led the ten of spades back, and we have been able to over rough declare with our queen. And the question is, what do we lead now after we win this trick? And for those of you that have not answered yet, I will give you a little hint. This is not a scored event, so I can do this. Partner did give us a signal on this hand. Okay, the signal partner gave us was the lead that they just made. They led the 10 of spades. And here's what they saw. And sometimes it's helpful, and especially on defense, it's very helpful to think about what partner knows and what they saw. And here's what they saw. They saw us lead high low in spades, so they knew we had a doubleton. So they also know that we're trumping this trick, or at least they're hoping we're over trumping declare. So knowing that, they know we're never going to be able to lead a spade back. So this 10 of spades is not, hey, I probably want you to lead a spade. I like this. You know, they've already taken their two tricks. The 10 of spades is suit preference. So this is a spot where we both know that we are not going to be leading spades from this side of the table because we're out. So partner's telling us which suit to lead. The best lead is probably a low diamond. The jack is interesting if partner certainly does have a even better holding than we think, but the deuce should be just fine. And we're just trying to get back to partner's hands safely. Right, and that's what they're telling us to do. So any diamond would be okay on this hand. If you chose a diamond, you did well because you are listening to your partner, and it's very important to listen to your partner in general, but especially in these spots where they're the ones that have bid a lot, right? They're the ones that have shown a good hand. So in this spot, we want to make sure we're listening to their direction because they have a way better idea of what's going on than you do, right? Your hand was so bad, you did your job, you got your rough, and now it's time to do partners bidding, right? So pay attention to what they're asking you to do. All right, next case. So we're defending against four spades, and partner leads the queen of hearts. What card are you going to play on partner's queen of heart lead? Dummy, I apologize. Dummy hasn't played a card yet, but let's just assume they're going to play the king. So this is an interesting spot. Some of you might think this is suit preference, and to be honest, you and your partners can agree on, whether in this case you would play a suit preference signal on the first trick because it looks clear that you're not going to be liking hearts to on this hand at all because we're playing spades obviously, and if they have the ace and king, they're certainly going to be trumping hearts. However, the normal way to play it and without any agreement is to just play it as normal as you remember, which is when partner leads an honor and it's not clear it's suit preference, we just give an attitude signal, right? So here we're just going to play the two of hearts. Again, this is a discussion you can have with your partner on to, whether we play suit preference on the first trick or the second trick. But here, the normal way to play is just attitude. So the two of hearts is your correct play here. But now, declare is drawing trump. So they're playing a spade to the jack. What card do you play from your hand? And before you answer, don't answer yet. I need to tell you something. This is what we call a free piece of information. We are usually going to have worthless trump. Pretty frequently, we're going to have two or three small cards in the trump suit that are, irrelevant essentially, right? So we have a way to give partner information about our hand while declare is drawing trump, which is going to happen pretty frequently in a suit contract, right? Declare is going to draw trump usually early and often. So we are going to have one more opportunity to tell partner about our hand. And this is called trump suit preference. So in the trump suit, when you have worthless cards, and remember, worthless cards mean they're not going to be taking a trick, right? Don't potentially give up a trick in order to do this. Here, the 9 and the deuce are not going to be tricks, clearly, so we can use them to convey information about our hand. And the cool part about this deal is we've already told partner we do not like hearts, so now we might be able to dial it in a little further for them by using trump suit preference. And here's how it goes. It's just like regular suit preference. If you play high trump followed by a low trump, you prefer the higher ranking suit, or one of the higher ranking suits if there's more than two. And if you play low and then high, you either have no preference, which is fine, or you prefer the lower ranking suit. So knowing that and armed with that knowledge, which of these spades do you play? Think about which suit you want led if partner gets on lead. And remember, with suit preference, we are excluding the trump suit. Obviously, spades is we're not going to be signaling in that suit, and we are just looking at, in this case, clubs and diamonds because we've already given partner a clear signal in the heart suit that we did not like it. So the correct play is definitely the 9 of spades, and it's because we have the ace, the king, and the queen of diamonds, right? So the two suits that are left here, clubs and diamonds, we prefer the higher ranking suit. So this is a great, easy way to give partner more information when declares playing their best suit, right? We have two worthless trump cards, so we play the higher one to tell partner that we prefer the higher ranking suit. The best part is when you have like 4, 5, 6, you get to tell partner clearly what you have, even though it might not be clear with the first play. Is declarer going to draw more than one round of trump? Yes, almost always. So you should be confident you're going to get both of these signals in, and partner's going to have a good idea of what to do. So remember, trump suit preference, when you have worthless cards, the high card followed by the low card says you prefer the higher ranking suit, and the low card followed by the high card says I either do not prefer anything or I prefer the lower ranking suit. So here we can make a clear signal to partner that we want them to lead diamonds for sure. Okay, so on this hand, our opponents have bid to 4 hearts. We are sitting in the east chair, and our right hand opponent is playing 4 hearts. The auction was kind of interesting. It started with our left hand opponent opening a diamond, right hand opponent bid a heart, left hand opponent bid two clubs, and right hand opponent bid two spades, which was fourth suit forcing. And now left hand opponent bid three hearts, and right hand opponent bid four hearts. So, in order to come up with the right choice here, I want you to pay attention to what's happened in this auction. And more importantly, I want you to think about our left hand opponent's shape. Right? This is the person to our left opened one diamond and then rebid two clubs. And then their three heart bid showed three card heart support. Right? So in this auction, our left hand opponent has opened a diamond, has rebid two clubs, and then showed three card heart support. And the opponents now find themselves in four hearts. So, what do we lead? And this is, as we're getting toward the end of class here, this is one of the tougher ones of the day for sure. But think about what type of dummy you're about to see. Okay, I have 14 answers, and one of you is correct. And the correct lead on an auction like this is actually a trump. So think about the shape of the person to our left, which will be the dummy. It looks like, based on the auction, that they have five diamonds, four clubs, and three hearts. That's 12 cards. So what we see, or what we're about to see in the dummy, is very likely to be a hand with only three hearts and spade shortness, which means what's a good strategy for declare in those situations? What are they going to try to do pretty quickly when dummy is short in trumps and short in a side suit? The answer is they're going to try to trump as many cards as possible in the dummy to get extra tricks. And every time they do that, they get extra tricks. So the auction here is very revealing from our perspective because the player to our left, the dummy, has essentially shown their entire shape. Right? They have nine cards in the minors, very likely, and three hearts, exactly. So they have at most one spade, maybe two on like a weird day. But in this case, we know that Declare's strategy very likely is going to be to trump spades in the dummy and then take the rest of their tricks. So we want to keep that from happening, or at least we want to make it less frequent, right? We don't want them to trump a bunch of cards. We want to keep it down to a minimum. And the best part is we have the ace of spades, right? And the queen. So if they're going to try to trump spades in the dummy, if I lead a heart now, I'm going to get to lead a heart later as well, unless dummy is for some reason void in spades. So this is the perfect spot to keep declare from being able to trump their spades. So if we listen to the auction, and that's the hardest part about opening leads, sometimes we're not paying attention to what's happened in the auction, and it's easy to do that when you're on defense. Frequently you didn't have a very good hand, you didn't participate in the auction, and it seems like you don't have anything good to do. But if you listen to these auctions, right, you're going to be given a roadmap sometimes as to what the best lead might be, and here that trump lead would be really good for you. All right, guys, we're kind of at the end of our lesson here, and I'm going to cycle through a bunch of these hands because I want to get to this hand, and what's happened here is our partner has led the Ace King of Hearts, and we gave them a nice high-low signal, so we're out of hearts, and now partner has led another heart, so we are going to trump this heart in our hand. I'm having some issues here. Sorry, guys. Well, let's just call it a day. I'm going to cycle through to the end here. So, as soon as this finishes, you guys should get an email today that actually works, I'm hoping. The email should come out about 5 minutes after class. And if you look in the inbox of the address you typed in at the beginning, you should get a copy of the slides that we went through today. If you don't, I promise that that will be getting fixed pretty soon, but I think it's actually done and fixed, and it should direct you directly to a page that will have this lesson on there. Sorry for some of the technical difficulties. Let's see, we have a question here. Upside, okay, the good question actually for this lesson. I actually play upside down count and attitude with all of my expert partners. It's a preference, and it can be very helpful, especially when you have certain types of holdings that make it easier with upside down. But the same can be said for standard. You're not losing anything for playing standard count and attitude, and I would always recommend starting there. And when you get used to and good at that, essentially anything you agree to play should be okay. But the biggest thing you want to do when you're practicing defense with your partner is make sure you're watching every card, and make sure not only are you watching every card, but both of you are consistently giving signals, whether they're useful or not. Get used get used to signaling your partner and taking those signals from partner. Karen, unfortunately, yesterday's class, I'm going to talk to my brother. He's the one that's kind of fixing that issue. I don't know if we can get it back to normal, but I'm going to talk to him later on today, and I'll let you know in the future. But I hope we can have access to both through the links that you'll get sent automatically. So thanks a lot for dealing with some of the issues, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.